Imagine waking up one day and questioning, what really defines who you are? Is it your body, your thoughts, or something deeper, something wired into your very brain? Today we're diving into the fascinating science of the brain and its role in determining sex. Is it purely genetics? Hormones? Or is there more to the story? Buckle up, because this one is going to challenge everything you think you know. Alright, let's start with the basics. Understanding the biological foundation of sex determination is crucial for grasping the complexities of human development. What actually determines whether someone is biologically male or female? This question has fascinated scientists for centuries and continues to be a topic of extensive research. It all begins at conception. When a sperm cell from the father meets an egg cell from the mother, the fusion of these cells forms a zygote, the very first stage of human life. Our DNA carries two sex chromosomes, XX for females and XY for males. That's our genetic blueprint. These chromosomes are packed with genes that dictate everything from eye color to, you guessed it, sex. But hold on, it's not that simple. The presence of these chromosomes alone doesn't seal the deal. There are other factors at play. Because something called the SRY gene, found on the Y chromosome, is what triggers the development of testes. This gene acts like a switch, turning on the male development pathway. Without it, the default biological path is female. In the absence of the SRY gene, the embryo will develop ovaries instead of testes. Once those gonads develop, they release powerful hormones, testosterone and estrogen, that shape not just our bodies, but our brains. These hormones influence everything from muscle mass to brain structure. And that's where things get really interesting. The interplay between these hormones and our developing bodies and brains is a complex dance that continues to intrigue scientists. Understanding this process helps us appreciate the intricate tapestry of human biology. Think of your brain as a highly adaptable machine, constantly influenced by chemical signals. During fetal development, testosterone floods the brain of a male fetus, rewiring certain structures. Meanwhile, female brains follow a different trajectory with lower testosterone influence. But here's a twist. Testosterone can actually turn into estrogen inside the brain. Mind-blowing, right? This hormonal bath determines differences in brain structure, influencing everything from cognitive patterns to emotional processing. But does that mean all male and female brains are completely different? Not exactly. You've probably heard that men are better at spatial tasks and women are more empathetic. But neuroscience tells us that's only part of the story. Studies by neuroscientist Daphne Joel suggest that most brains are actually a mosaic. Some features are more common in males, some in females, but no brain is strictly male or female. This challenges the traditional binary view and opens up a whole new perspective on gender identity and the brain. Now here's where things get even more intriguing. The human brain is a complex organ, and its role in gender identity is a subject of ongoing research and debate. Scientists have been delving into the intricacies of how our brains might influence the way we perceive our own gender. Some studies show that transgender individuals have brain structures more closely aligned with their identified gender rather than their biological sex. This fascinating discovery has led researchers to explore specific regions of the brain that might play a crucial role in gender identity. For example, areas like the bed nucleus of the stria terminalis, a region linked to gender identity, often resemble the gender people identify with, not necessarily the sex they were assigned at birth. This region is just one piece of the puzzle, but it provides valuable insights into the biological underpinnings of gender identity. So does that mean gender is hardwired in the brain? The question is more complex than it seems. While certain brain structures and neural patterns may be associated with gender identity, they do not tell the whole story. Well, the answer isn't black and white. The interplay between our biology and our lived experiences is intricate and multifaceted. Gender identity is influenced by a myriad of factors, and it cannot be pinned down to just one aspect of our being. Science suggests it's a combination of biology, hormones, and even environmental influences. Hormones, for instance, play a significant role during critical periods of brain development, potentially affecting gender identity. Additionally, our environment, culture, and personal experiences also shape how we understand and express our gender. The journey to fully understanding gender identity is ongoing, and each discovery brings us closer to appreciating the complexity of the human experience. At the end of the day, the question isn't just, does your brain decide your sex? But rather, how does biology interact with identity? This is a complex interplay that goes beyond simple binary definitions. It involves a myriad of factors, including genetics, hormones, environment, and personal experiences. Each of these elements contributes to the intricate mosaic that forms our identity. The science shows that while genetics and hormones play a crucial role, the human brain is far more diverse and adaptable than we ever imagined. For instance, studies have shown that the brain's plasticity allows it to rewire itself in response to new experiences and learning. This adaptability is not just limited to cognitive functions, but extends to how we perceive ourselves and others. So next time you hear someone say, men's and women's brains are completely different, remember, it's not that simple. While there are some structural differences, these do not translate into rigid, unchangeable distinctions. Instead, they highlight the brain's ability to adapt and evolve. The differences are often overshadowed by the vast similarities and the brain's incredible capacity for change. The more we learn, the more we realize that the brain doesn't just define sex, it defines us. It is the seat of our thoughts, emotions, and identities. It is where our sense of self originates and evolves. Understanding the brain's complexity helps us appreciate the diversity of human experience and identity, reminding us that we are all part of a larger, intricate picture. One fascinating aspect of our brain is its plasticity, the ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. This adaptability doesn't just influence how we learn or recover from injuries. It also plays a crucial role in shaping our gender identity over time. Research has shown that the brain's plasticity allows it to rewire itself in response to new experiences, social interactions, and even hormonal changes. For instance, a study from the University of Vienna found that transgender individuals undergoing hormone therapy displayed significant changes in brain structure and function. These changes were not just superficial, but deeply rooted, affecting areas of the brain responsible for emotion, cognition, and self-perception. Take, for example, the story of Jazz Jennings, a well-known transgender activist. Jazz knew from a very young age that her gender identity did not align with her assigned sex at birth. As she transitioned, her brain adapted to new hormonal environments and social contexts, helping her to live authentically. Her journey underscores how brain plasticity can support and affirm one's gender identity over time. Moreover, brain plasticity is not limited to those undergoing medical transitions. Everyday experiences, such as engaging in activities that affirm one's gender identity, can also lead to significant neural changes. This is why some people may feel a stronger sense of alignment with their gender identity as they grow older and accumulate diverse experiences. Understanding brain plasticity helps us appreciate the dynamic nature of gender identity. It's not a static trait, but a fluid, evolving aspect of who we are. Our brains are incredible organs, capable of continuous growth and adaptation, which means our sense of self can evolve too. So when we talk about gender identity, it's essential to recognize the powerful role of brain plasticity. It reminds us that our identities are not fixed, but are continually shaped by our experiences, environments, and biology. This knowledge not only deepens our understanding of the human brain, but also fosters empathy and acceptance for the diverse ways people experience and express their gender identity. While biology and brain plasticity offer crucial insights into gender identity, we cannot overlook the significant impact of cultural and social influences. Throughout history, various cultures have had different understandings and expressions of gender, challenging the notion that gender is purely a biological construct. For instance, many indigenous cultures in North America recognize two-spirit people who embody both masculine and feminine qualities. This concept transcends the binary understanding of gender and highlights the cultural diversity in gender identities. Similarly, in South Asia, Hijras, a community that includes transgender and intersex individuals, have been acknowledged for centuries, albeit often marginalized. In modern times, societal norms and media representation continue to shape our understanding of gender. The rise of social media platforms has provided a space for gender-diverse individuals to share their stories and experiences, fostering greater visibility and acceptance. However, these platforms can also perpetuate stereotypes and unrealistic expectations, complicating the journey of self-discovery for many. Consider the impact of cultural icons like Laverne Cox and Elliot Page. Their visibility and advocacy have not only provided representation, but have also sparked important conversations about gender identity, challenging societal norms and encouraging inclusivity. Moreover, educational systems and policies play a pivotal role in shaping our understanding of gender from a young age. Inclusive curricula that teach about diverse gender identities can foster acceptance and reduce stigma, while discriminatory policies can have detrimental effects on the mental health and well-being of gender-diverse individuals. Understanding the cultural and social dimensions of gender identity helps us appreciate its complexity and fluidity. It reminds us that our identities are not formed in isolation, but are continually influenced by the world around us. By acknowledging these influences, we can work towards creating a more inclusive and accepting society. So the next time you think about gender identity, remember that it's not just a matter of biology or brain plasticity. It's also deeply shaped by the cultural and social landscapes we navigate every day. One exciting area of exploration is the role of epigenetics in gender identity. Epigenetics studies how environmental factors can influence gene expression without altering the DNA sequence. Understanding these mechanisms could provide insights into how experiences and environments shape gender identity at a molecular level. So, what do you think? Do you believe the brain decides sex, or is it all about genetics? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's get a conversation started. If you loved this deep dive into neuroscience, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mind-blowing content. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and stay curious.